Hello everyone, my name is Chetan Savade. I am working with Symantec as a technical analyst. Today we are going to see how we can install SEPM 12.1 as a fresh installation using embedded database. Let's start. Before installation, we should know what are the prerequisites to complete successful installation. Processor: 32-bit processor, 1 GHz Intel Pentium 3 or equivalent minimum. 64-bit processor, 2 GHz Pentium 4 with x86 64 support or equivalent minimum. Note: Intel Itanium i64 and PowerPC processors are not supported. Physical RAM: 1 GB of RAM for 32-bit operating systems and 2 GB of RAM for 64-bit operating systems. Hard drive: 4 GB or more free space. Display: 800 x 600. Operating systems: Windows 7, Windows XP Home or Professional, Windows Server 2003, Windows Server 2008, Windows Small Business Server 2008, Windows Small Business Server 2011, Windows Essential Business Server 2008. As we can see, IIS is not prerequisite and we can install on Windows 7 as well. So if we compare with SEP 11, these are the two changes which we can observe. Note: client before version 12.1 can be managed by this version of the Symantec Endpoint Protection Manager regardless of the client operating system. Supported web browsers: Windows Internet Explorer 7, 8 or 9. Mozilla Firefox 3.6 or 4.0. Mozilla Firefox 5.0 is not supported. Symantec Endpoint Protection Manager includes an embedded database and this is the only choice in Small Business Edition. In the Enterprise version, you may use the embedded database or one of the following versions of Microsoft SQL Server: SQL Server 2000 Service Pack 4 or later, SQL Server 2005 Service Pack 2 or later, or SQL Server 2008. If you are using Symantec Endpoint Protection Manager with SQL database, then minimum 4 GB of RAM is recommended. To download Symantec software, you will have to go to the https fileconnect.symantec.com. Once you enter your serial number and follow the instruction, then you will have to download the software, which is a zip file and the size is around 1.5 GB. Once downloaded software, please extract it before installation. Once you extracted the software, please go inside SEPM folder and click on setup file, which is fourth from the bottom. Once we click on setup initialization process will start. In the background, it will check compatibility of the system and window will be similar to this. Then welcome page will come up. Click on next. This is the license agreement page. Please go through it and accept the license agreement. Click on next. Choose destination folder where you would like to deploy SEP. By default, it goes to C program files, Symantec Endpoint Protection Manager. Make sure your C drive has sufficient disk space, so in the future it won't run out of disk space. If you want to change default location, click on change. If you click on change, select desired location and click on OK. Once you click on OK, the next page will come up. Click on install. Once you click on install, in the background it will start to copy files. It will register files on the system. Once it completed, it will bring you to the next page. It will take you to the management server and console installation summary page. Click on next. This is new splash screen in SEP 12.1. This is the place from where your management server configuration wizard will start. It's giving two options. One is default configuration and second is custom configuration. First, we will see default configuration. Default configuration means you would like to install SEPM 12.1 with the default database. that is embedded, and ports will be predefined by Symantec. You cannot modify ports while doing fresh installation. Select default configuration and click on next. Enter your company name. Username admin is predefined, so it is grayed out. You cannot change. Enter your password. Confirm password. This is the new option in SEP. It will tell you how strong your password is. This is an extra layer of security. Enter email address, the email address on which you would like to receive system notifications. Enter your partner details, that is email address, customer ID, partner website. If you want, you can fill it up, but it's not mandatory, so you can keep it blank and click on next. Enter your email server configuration. Enter email server IP address or hostname. Port number 25 is by default. Sender email address, the address from where you would like to receive notification. Enter your username password for Exchange. If you have configured all the configuration correctly, click on send test email. You will receive test email in your mailbox. Click on next. This is data collection page. Click on next. This is summary page. As we have selected default configuration, we cannot modify ports. I would suggest take a printout of this page for future reference. Once you click on next, it will start database creation process, and once it finishes, it will bring you to the SEPM login screen. But now we will see what is the difference when we are selecting custom configuration. Select the second option, custom configuration, and click on next. Here it will ask you how many clients do you have in your network. So according to number of clients, select desired option and click on next. By default, embedded database supports 5000 clients. If you have more than 5000 clients, then go with SQL. On this page, it's asking install my first site. Second, install an additional management server to an existing site. Third, install an additional site. As we are doing fresh installation, we will continue with install my first site. Second and third option is for failover and load balancing. If we compare with default configuration, directly summary page came up. But in custom configuration, it's asking, do you want to configure ports? If yes, you can. So if you want, you can modify ports if they are already in use. It's asking, which database would you like to prefer? With default configuration, the embedded database is by default selected. Here you can either embedded or SQL database. Again, if you have less than 5000 clients, then embedded database would be the first choice. If you have more than 5000 clients, then go with SQL. We are presenting this video for embedded database. We will select embedded database and we will click on next. Same page, enter credentials, username, password, confirm password, email address, partner details. Click on next. It will take you to the encryption password page. If we compare with the default configuration, SEPM login password and encryption password will remain same. But in custom configuration, you have option to set different password, one for login and one for database. Enter your email server details to configure notifications. Enter email server IP address or hostname, port number, sender email address, username, password. Click on next. Again, data collection page. Click on next. Once you click on next, it will start database creation process. It will take some time to complete database creation process. Once it finishes, it will bring you to the management server configuration wizard completed screen. By default, launch Symantec Endpoint Protection Manager checkmark is selected. Once you click on finish, it will take you to the SEPM login screen. Now you can log into the SEPM. This is how you can install SEPM 12.1 as a fresh installation by selecting embedded database. Here you can see the forgot password option. This is the new option in SEP 12.1 compared to SEP 11. So you have two options. Let's summarize the default configuration and custom configuration difference briefly. In the default configuration, by default embedded database will be selected, while in custom configuration you have the choice either embedded or SQL. Default configuration login password and encryption password will be the same. In custom configuration you can manually set encryption password. In default configuration, ports will be predefined by Symantec. You cannot modify ports. In custom configuration, you can manually configure ports as per network requirements. I hope this has been informative and thank you for viewing.